Hello everyone, my name is Kayalvizhi and I'm going to walk you through my career journey. 24 years ago, I walked into my first job as a young engineer with more curiosity than confidence. Today, I sit in the room where strategy gets made, leading strategy and performance for AstraZeneca's Global Capability Center, one of the most ambitious GCCs in India. But this story isn't really about the title. It's about everything that had to happen for a girl from Chennai to earn a seat at that table. The risks, the sleepless nights, the systems I built from nothing, and the degree I finished at midnight after my son had gone to sleep. This is that journey. It all started at the College of Engineering, India, one of the oldest engineering institutions in the country. I was the girl who was studious, passionate, but a bit introverted and unsure of what lies ahead of herself. I did participate in the organizing committees of technical symposiums, but that was more through coercion than from self agency. I didn't know it then, but that was my first taste of leadership, bringing people together around a shared goal. In the year 2000, I joined Infosys as a software developer. Those initial days when Sun Microsystems had introduced Java to the world. I remember being handed my first assignment and thinking, I have no idea what I'm doing yet, but I'm going to figure it out. A few years in, one of my clients was preparing to launch something the world hadn't seen yet, a new browser. It was confidential. Out of a team of 20 developers, I was the one chosen to work directly with the IT director to certify our applications against it. Nobody explained why I was picked. I've since learned that it is usually how trust works. It's given quietly, before you feel ready for it, and it's up to you to rise into it. That project taught me that technical excellence opens doors, but reliability is what keeps you in the room. I carried that lesson through 3 years of client facing work in the US, leading a major web transformation effort for a telecom giant, and later project managing that team that rebuilt a legacy Lotus Note system into a modern web application, a project that won us the Best Project Excellence Award in Infosys. In 2014, I took on a role that scared me a little, Associate Director of Delivery at Prodap Solutions, responsible for managed services for a large cable operator in Europe, migrating off an incumbent vendor. The technology was new to me, the SLAs were unforgiving. My decision was to stop managing the chaos and start re engineering it. I pushed the team to adopt automation and rebuild our operating model into what was, at the time, a pilot DevOps team for the organization. We ended up delivering the same volume of work with 60% of the original team size, and I partnered with our sales team to turn that operational credibility into new business, winning several telecom clients in IT service management space. It was the first time I understood that a leader's real job isn't doing the work, it's redesigning how the work gets done. In 2017, I was asked to do something I had never done before, build a shared services center from scratch, not join one, but build it. I said yes before I let myself feel intimidated. Over the next several years, that center grew to nearly 500 associates across multiple functions. But growth wasn't the hard part, repositioning was. I partnered with our India head and the CIO to redefine our roadmap, and I personally presented to the CIO and his staff to make the case for moving the center from a cost arbitrage captive operation to a genuine competency center focused on value. That meeting was one of the most important 30 minutes of my career. It changed how the entire organization saw us. Around the same time, I conceptualized and built a digital workplace mobile app in iOS and Android to modernize how our workforce operated in the new normal post COVID. It earned a Best in Initiative special recognition, and I received direct appreciation from the CIO for the leadership I had shown in standing that center up. In the middle of building that shared services center, I made a decision that many people around me questioned. I enrolled in the postgraduate program in business management at the Indian Institute of Management, Trichy, while working full time and raising a family. There is no elegant way to describe what those 2 years actually looked like. It was case studies read at midnight, assignments finished before the household woke up, and a lot of quietly asking myself why I was doing this to myself. I took on the role of academic secretary, became my batch representative, and stayed active in student council because I was going to do this. I wanted to do it fully, not just survive it. When I graduated, I was awarded the gold medal for my batch. I don't say that to boast. I say it because that medal represents something bigger than academic performance. It represents every trade off a working parent makes that nobody sees. And it's proof that those trade offs can still add up to excellence. That MBA didn't just add credentials to my resume, it changed the altitude I could operate at. In January 2023, I joined AstraZeneca as a Senior Director of Strategy and Business Performance for our Global Capability Center. Today, I develop and drive the organization's strategy and scorecard across functions, lead the governance that maps our business processes to real accountability, and program manage our site's most important strategic initiatives. I lead corporate communications for the entity in India, and I represent our site voice in shaping AstraZeneca's global IT strategy, translating a worldwide roadmap into priorities, OKRs, and milestones that our teams can actually act on. Every skill I built as a developer, a delivery leader, and an MBA student now shows up in that work because strategy without operational credibility is just a slide deck. And I've spent 2 decades earning the credibility that makes the strategy real. None of this feels complete to me if it stays personal. I serve as an in-country ambassador for diversity and inclusion, and I've spearheaded task forces to mentor women in technology throughout my career. One of the initiatives I'm proudest of is a Women in Tech conference that I help organize at AstraZeneca every year, bringing together senior women leaders in technology from across Tamil Nadu, presided over by our CIO. Because representation isn't built by accident, it's built by people choosing to make the room bigger. Outside of work, I stay involved in community service through various organizations, voluntary and involuntary organizations, and I still find time to guest lecture at colleges on management and information systems because somewhere in one of those lecture halls is a version of the girl I used to be at College of Engineering Guindy, and I want her to see what's possible. But when I look back at this journey, from a developer chosen out of a room of 20 to a leader who built a nearly 500% center from nothing, to a mother who earned a gold medal while raising a family, the common thread isn't talent. It's the willingness to say yes to the harder, less certain path over and over again. I'm not sharing this story because the journey is finished. I'm sharing it because I believe recognition like this doesn't just celebrate one person's career, it tells every young engineer, every working parent, every woman wondering if she can do the hard thing and still show up for her family, that the answer is yes. That's the legacy I want this chapter of my career to leave behind. Thank you for considering my journey.